So I wasn't expecting us to be playing that well if you specifically talk about defense, more so when you're without your first choice centre halves. And who knows it better than United, for whom things went wrong as soon as their main centre backs were subbed off and they went on to lose the match. Basically the point is of the risk involved when backup centre backs aren't that good. In case of United, they were Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. Where things didn't go well for United, refs didn't do them justice either with the refereeing on certain occasions. I saw that match complete full game from start to the end. We did a stream of that as well. Declan Rice goal could have been called off due to a shirt pulling going on for quite some time inside the box. So looked like maybe could have been called off. Match would be going to end as a draw, but it didn't, and Arsenal won 3-1. As for Garnacho offside, I think decision was still fair. I saw a lot of views on that and saw the angles as well, but yeah, refs still aren't getting things right. If we talk in overall context, that's been happening every game week. A lot of wrong calls being made by the refs. But rather than talking about United Arsenal match, let's have some chat about our game, that is Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Good start to go with incredible goal coming from Subozo, and he has already picked 2 Man of the Match awards at Anfield in just 4 games. So we can only imagine what a player he's going to turn out, and he's kind of becoming a favorite amongst these batch of players. Moving on, the second goal, which I so wish to have Nunes' name, but it takes deflection of a defender and an own goal. But yeah, Nunes was playing really good throughout the time he had on field, contributed later on in the third goal with an assist too. So that was pleasing as much as it was to find Salah's foot on that third goal we scored against Villa. And while we talk about the goals, let's not forget about the defense, a calm and composed performance. And I'm really happy with Joe Gomez there, which would definitely add to his confidence. And since he hasn't conceded a goal yet this season in whatever time he has been on the field, Newcastle game he came on as substitute and we didn't concede a goal. We went on to win the match, and in this game he starts and keeps a clean sheet again, 3-0. Job well done. And alongside Matip, who was equally fine in the game. It was good to see Trent dropping back in defense when needed in 3-at-back system during possession. He also had a good game with the tremendous range of passing he did. Those long balls he was feeding on to Salah time and again. That was delightful. Plus striding in the middle, dribbling the ball to create chances. That was one of the wholesome performances I've seen from him quite a while. By the way, he overtook Mesut Ozil, Eden Hazard and Juan Mata in terms of Premier League assists, while assisting in the first goal for Bozo. The other players, Robo was fine as well. Curtis was just alright since he came off from an injury. He just did okay, I feel. And not so much coming from Luis Diaz. But he did well in the past 2 games, so nothing to complain about really. He just fit in well in the whole match. He was doing fine. And McAllister had a good game. Really happy how having him and Subozo calms the midfield down, and we do find control there. And it's just the beginning. There's so much more to come from these 2 new signings we have had. Let's talk a bit about Villa. And early injury to Diego Carlos did change their plans for the game, as Matty Cash, who was formerly playing on the wing back role, had to come back and play as a proper right back. And he was previously getting involved in the attacks, but then later on he wasn't that much available for those contributions. Villa's midfield, that wasn't much of a threat, but yes, Diaby and Leon Bailey, they were putting in whole efforts and were able to dribble past our 2-3 players on occasions. And that was a good positive sign that Villa can take from the game, I believe. As for us, we cleared this test in flying colours, since only worry about going into this game was not having our main centre backs. And other than that, let's get ready to be bored in the international break.